Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today, of course, we're going to be discussing the price of Bitcoin, how we expect it to perform going into the Christmas weekend. Now, current price of Bitcoin, $16,870. It's not been a fantastic week. Let me show you how not of a fantastic week it has been. This is where the week starts, and this is where the week is, and this is $500 of volatility. Bitcoin's price literally has barely moved this week. The only trades to be taking have basically been high leveraged scalp positions, but even then, there's been very, very few trades to take this week. That's probably going to change, I think, going into this evening. The reason for that being, around 7 o'clock every single Friday for the past few months, Bitcoin's price has moved very significantly, whether it be up or whether it be down. Either way, we know that Fridays coincide with volatility day because essentially you have people closing their positions before Christmas, before the new year, and they're wanting to basically take time off for the holidays. So when they're doing that, of course, you have big players exiting the markets, which means that you have big volatility moves in a liquidity market, where you have less liquidity and more big people exiting, then you have more volatility. So if you have massive short positions that are closing right now, then it means the price goes up, or massive long positions, well, the price will go down. That's how things work because, you know, you've got to sell the opposite side of a trade, essentially. So when it comes to the price of Bitcoin right now, what am I expecting? Well, this is what I'm expecting. We've got an inverse head and shoulders on the chart right now. I'd really appreciate it if this played out because I'm $550,000 long currently on the price of Bitcoin. Being that I'm $550,000 long, I'm actually long from approximately this red line right here, around $16,784. Of course, if you are interested in trading, check out BitGet. You'll find a link in today's video description. I got a comment on yesterday's video about the BitGet link not working. I just want to point out, it's every Friday they send $15 to everybody that makes an account on the affiliate link in today's video description. So if you make an account today, you'll get $15 probably today, assuming that you sign up before they do it. Otherwise, it'll be next week that you get your $15. But if the money doesn't arrive in your account, don't worry. It's a manual process. So it does take time for them to go through the lists of people that sign up on these links. And then they have to send $15 to every single person. It just does take a while sometimes. So don't forget to check that out. You'll find a link in today's video description. Also, you get an $8,000 deposit bonus depending on how much money you deposit and trade. So it's a really good exchange platform. Check it out. It's where I'm currently in a long position. But anyway, US dollar currency index. This is the DXY. This is of slight concern to me, being that the DXY is currently trading outside of this resistance level right here. But overall, I'm not expecting next year to be a great year for the dollar. I actually don't think the new year is going to be a great period for the dollar either. We know that a period of quantitative easing is coming up. We know that the government in the US is going to start printing money. They can't hold out forever. They're going to have to increase the supply of currency soon or increase taxes. Now, I can tell you which one of those is a more popular political decision, and I can tell you which one is generally better for an economy. Of course, it's better to tax people, but governments don't like to do that because they don't get re-elected. So for that reason, they just print more cash. And that's exactly why we're in the situation we're in, because politics has become a career game. Now, being that, we know that essentially Bitcoin probably will have a strong end to next year. But next year, Bitcoin will probably, I expect to have a good launch into tax season. Yeah, look, before December the 15th, basically what you have is a lot of institutions taking basically pre-tax losses, basically to be able to write off by the end of the year their business losses, essentially. And then what you have is people rebuilding those positions. I actually was doing research for my Kevin O'Leary video that's coming out on my main channel, hopefully very soon. It's just big to edit. But essentially with that video, I was doing some research on it. Kevin actually closed most of his trading positions after the FTX collapse. And then in that interview that I was watching of him, he actually said that he was reopening his trades around December the 15th through to December the 30th. And these were all long positions, as in he was rebuying the dip, essentially, of the coins that he was going to sell between December the 15th and December the 30th. Which means that if Kevin's doing that, the odds are more institutions are doing that. And it does make sense as a strategy. You take your pre-tax loss, you write it off against your year's profit, you pay as little tax as possible, and then you roll it all into the next year and pile back in. That's why I expect that January, February, March should be bullish. I know it doesn't look that way right now, but they should be. Fundamentally, they should be bullish. But technically, you know, technically it doesn't always look great. Like, let me show you this is the 4 hour right now. Again, this does not actually look that bad. It looks pretty decent. What I'm excited about is the daily chart right now. Because the daily chart, we are within one kind of daily upwards candle of crossing over bullish here on the MACD, which would then be a bit of a continuation of this uptrend that we've seen since the bottom that would probably lead us back towards the top end of this RSI right here on the daily chart. Now, in that kind of case, this is why I'm long right now, because we stand a high chance over the Christmas period of going up to around $21,000. $21,000 is where this dotted line is right here. It would be a logical level of resistance that Bitcoin could hit, $21,000. I'm quite optimistic about that. But at the same time, when you have decreased liquidity, you increase volatility, which means it's BART season. It's why when Bitcoin's price starts moving these days, it goes whoop-how. There's no more nice laddering steps. It's all just all or nothing. I don't like that because it becomes more difficult to trade. But at the same time, if you catch those trades, it's instant profit. So it's quite satisfying when you do catch them, which is why I'm, of course, trading the market right now. I'm not taking Christmas off. I've got to go back and earn all this money that I've been spending on people's wages. I've got 34 people that work for me. They cost me about 100K every month. I've got to earn money. And I took 3 weeks off work as well when I was ill with kidney stones in the hospital. Yeah, so that has been a sucky month for me as December because I didn't earn money for 3 weeks because I couldn't trade or do anything while I was in hospital. And now I'm back, so I'm working over the Christmas period. I'm here all winter. You're not going to escape. So subscribe and slap a like on today's video. Anyway, back to the price of Bitcoin, $16,870. We're really struggling for a little bit of volatility after this morning's kind of excitement of the breakout. But if we drop down onto the low time frames, if and when it wants to load, come on, there we go. This is the 5-minute time frame for Bitcoin, and this is why I'm quite optimistic about where we're at. You can see that we're currently come down, retest on the 5-minute, this lower level of support. If we get the bounce, if we don't get the bounce here, I'll probably reduce the size of my trade, to be honest, because if we don't get the bounce here, then we have a level of support that will probably break to the downside of, which, to be honest, doesn't look fantastic. However, if we do get the bounce right here off of this level of support, I definitely favor the upside. And at the point whereby I would say, look, I maybe would increase my long position would be a break above this level of resistance right here. And that level of resistance is currently sitting at approximately $16,930. Of course, the logical level of resistance would be 17K, but 17K actually isn't a very strong level of resistance. It actually sits more closer to 16,900, with the next key level of resistance being around here, around 17,300 to 17,400. You can see, like, we made that attempt to get up there previously, but as it is right now, we're just liquidity locked. You've got massive trades on either side of the order book. I'm currently long. Would I consider shorting this market? Yeah, but you all know my theory about shorting. Below $16,500, I will be shorting Bitcoin. But above it, then I'm not interested. I'm really not interested in shorting. I don't want to get caught short. When it comes to other possible trades to be taking right now, of course, we discussed the Matic trade in yesterday's video. That Matic trade has now, well, it dipped into here. We took some profits, and at that point in time, it's come back up. Now it's in a loss. It is what it is. We net profit on the trade overall. Would I be shorting Matic right now? No. I've closed my trade on Matic. I'm not interested in shorting Matic at the moment in time. I would say, again, I'm looking more so for long positions. Look at this right now. We break above this level of resistance on Matic and we zoom out on this. Like, you've got a perfect inverse head and shoulders right here. We stand a high chance of bouncing back up quite significantly to this lower level of resistance. Yes, resistance is this, back up around 87 cents. Current price of Matic around 80 cents. Again, you can trade Matic on BitGet and BYBIT. In fact, look at my jumper. I've got BYBIT jumper, and I've got here BitGet. There we go. So I got all the exchange merch on today. Thank you very much for BitGet for inviting me to the World Cup. That was really fun. But yeah, on that note, guys, thank you all very much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, slap a like on it. Don't forget, links are in today's video description if you are interested in trading. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe on the internet. Use a VPN, by the way. I think that a lot of you aren't actually using VPN, so make sure you use a VPN. You'll find a link for it in today's video description. ExpressVPN. It's £5 a month. Fantastic VPN. That's it. That's it. Have a great day. Have a great Christmas. See you all tomorrow and on Christmas Day, because I'm not leaving. Goodbye.